Thank you for watching Dollar Gains. This is Nathan. We're going to go ahead and review our BRRR Calculator, one of many programs we had set up here at Dollar Gains under the asset class of real estate. This is very similar to our rental or single family rental calculator. This is more of a little bit more of a sophisticated, not just buy, rent out system. And we're going to go ahead and review the ROI within this subcategory of this asset class. So, like the other program you guys have probably watched, if not, please go ahead and find us on YouTube and or Facebook, and you can go ahead and watch and look at how we run our numbers fast through the other programs. So we've got upfront cost here, we've got monthly revenue and expenses, and we've got return on investment. So we're going to go ahead and use a case study that we recently had just reviewed. We've got a cash purchase price of a $45,000 home. Closing costs were about $500, and these are rough estimates of this specific situation. This is a little bit of a beat up home, that's why we're getting it for so cheap, and the seller was paying most of the closing costs, renovation costs. This renovation cost, I believe, was right around $7,000, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Our holding costs for that was about $3,000. Whether you're paying for the electric bill, the taxes, the insurance, and it's not rented out, whether you're borrowing money, etc. Our appraisal came in on this home, and this is a relatively smaller home, at $65,000. A little lower than we wanted for this person, but there's certain metrics that we can just estimate and hope, and there's certain metrics that that we are usually a little closer. We can force. The refinance closing costs is about $2,000, and the cash out refinance. In this case, we had on this asset class we had $48,500 that we had cash out refinanced. We put this on a 30-year mortgage, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 5.3, maybe 7 interest rate. So right here we're looking at a total investment, an initial investment of $9,000. If you've watched the other ones, this is a little bit harder to get out of $9,000 of a $65,000 appraisal home and have 25% equity, which we're looking at $16,500 in equity. The rental rate on this one specifically, $875, because we're over 20% equity. There's no PMI insurance calculated. Our mortgage for this specific property, we were looking at taxes and insurance, and obviously with this property, it's a relatively lower end property. You see the cash purchase and the appraisal purchase, or the appraisal that came in at. We got repairs, vacancy, and expenditures, 8%, 5%, 10%. This is just a rough estimate under the industry. Total revenue, $875 a month. Total expenses, $622 a month. So let's go ahead and look at our monthly cash flow. We've got $252 on our monthly cash flow with a $3,000 a year cash flow. Our cash on cash is 33.64%. That is a phenomenal cash flow comparison to a lot of other asset classes, especially if this is being managed independently or by a management company that's well trusted, to make sure we can hit this mark of 33% on the $9,000 that we could not pull out of the house because of the ability to not refinance more. In this situation, there was an issue with having a certain amount of equity in the home, which it comes with every situation's different. We got total ROI, which is paying down the mortgage, also at 41%. So this asset class is also bringing in equity on the home because it's paying down the mortgage. So we're going to go ahead and look at this. Okay, so we see that $9,000 at the end of the day down, monthly cash flow $252, and our cash on cash return is 33.64%. So if we were to purchase this house and have this amount of renovation and this amount of holding costs, let's see, if we were to put in, let's say we were to renovate it a little less. If we were to just put $5,000 into it, and because we were renovating a little less, our holding costs dropped by a little bit, so we were able to get out of it a little bit more. The appraisal would probably drop as well. Let's say we're trying to be very, very conservative and we want $63,000 appraisal because we just don't think we'll be able to actually get So looking at this right here, our cash on cash increased. Let's say we're going to try to pull out less money. Let's say we're going to try to keep in the deal $50,000 mortgage, right? And these, like I said, you can play around with these numbers to really get an estimate. So right here, we're only keeping $4,500 in the deal. And let's go ahead and run these metrics. Let's also say that this drops a little bit because we're not putting as much money into the home. So right here, we've got all in 4,500. We've got monthly cash flow 224, which is literally only $25 roughly less a month than this one, which is about $600 a year. I'm sorry, $300 a year more on our cash flow. So that's only a $300 a year difference. But our cash on cash, our cash, this 4,500 is working hard at almost 60% ROI. We would make this $4,500 back in less than 2 years. So this is just another calculator that we have here at Dollar Gains. If you guys are interested in learning more about these, we've got these on our YouTube, on our Facebook. If you guys please reach out, like us, share us. Thank you very much. And this is another review of a program at Dollar Gains. Thank you.